Beautiful namaste. Aloha and welcome to our practice today. This is a play of pigeon pose, Kapotasana. Now, pigeon gets deeply into the hips and low back and all the bones and ligaments and joints of the low body. But because we're all connected, of course, it affects everything. Particularly how we see ourselves, which is a side effect of the practice that sometimes we don't really notice is going on because we see our hips and we see our knees and we see our ankles. But the deeper practice is to allow ourselves to begin to see how our mind plays with our awareness of deeper aspects of ourselves. The sequence I learned after an exercise class with my friend Cheryl. So thank you, Cheryl, so much for showing us this sequence. It's a way to get into pigeon pose and a play of pigeon pose that I've never done before, which calls to mind why the magic of yoga can happen. Because as we move and breathe in our daily lives, depending on how much sleep we've had, how much water we're drinking, the activities we did before or after, it all affects how we come into our poses and how we experience our poses. And for me, this is the exciting point of yoga. Does it matter how deep you get into your pigeon? Not really. Does it matter if you're angry when you get in there? Well, what we're practicing is what we're practicing, as the yogis say. So I will share with you this sequence, and my call is to allow ourselves to just experience less the angle of our hips and knees and more the angle of our minds as we endeavor deep into the low body. All right, let's start in downward facing dog. I'll meet you on the mat. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Press down through your hands, roll the shoulders back and down, let the tailbone lift way up to the sky as the heels drop down onto the earth. Pedal the feet a little bit right and a little bit left. This can get into the whole of the back body. Back to center, high up onto the toes, tippy toes. Exhale, heels towards the earth. Inhale, tippy toe down dog. Exhale, heels down towards the earth. Inhale, high up on the tippy toes. This time, drop your knees down, untuck the toes. Walk the hands back so they come into alignment underneath your shoulders. A little bit of cow pose. And a little bit of cat. Inhale. Exhale. A few more rounds like this just to begin to warm the body up as we endeavor now deep into the hips with Kapotasana, one-legged pigeon pose. Many ways to get into this pose. I'm going to walk my right foot forward in between my hands, toe heel right foot over to my left hand, roll forward, come down onto my knee, pause for a moment here. The further away the heel is from the psoas, the deeper that angle is, the spicier. So you might choose to draw the heel in and then drop the right hip down and stretch way back through the left leg. Okay. For me, I'm more of the flexi variety, so I'm gonna walk my heel back out to where it's more of in the angle of the front of the mat and roll my left hip back down. Both hands to either side, roll the shoulders back and down. Lift up through the heart. Stretch back through the left foot. Toes activate. Breathe. And then from here, come to resting pigeon pose, walking the hands forward. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Right? And you choose, if it comes into a spot where your eyes have hardened and your jaw has hardened, you're in too deep. Allow yourself to breathe and soften. I mean, there's enough of a project here that gives your mind something to tether to, so you can study how you're coming into. While pain is not a method of practice, there is a spiciness that you can bring to your attention and your awareness. The very first suggestion on how we might come into relationship with spiciness, Maitri, friendliness. It's a friendly little pigeon. And you might walk the hands even a little bit more forward. A few of you will come down onto your elbows. Some of you of the spicier variety will walk the hands way out and melt the heart all the way down onto the earth, dropping your head. Let's take 3 very deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Lengthen the tailbone back down towards the left toes, crown of the head towards the top of the mat. Shoulder blades melt down the back, tips of the shoulder blades down and down towards the alignment of your tailbone. Till the lowest ribs humbly melt in. Last few beats. Okie dokie, let's walk ourselves back. From here, you'll melt over to your right hip. Bend your left knee, so you're coming to this sort of side angle here, knee in alignment with the left hip. Right hand in alignment with the right hip, and then bring that left arm up, spin the palm towards the sky, and then lean it way over to the right. Maybe tiptoeing the right hand down, maybe coming onto the elbow. You'll spin the left shoulder back, the left hip forward, press down with the left knee. Lengthen and stretch the fingertips up and over your head, especially the little pinky finger. Pressing down through the right forearm. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. Nicely done. Inhale. And exhale again. Now this might be where you'd like to stay. If you'd like to deepen the pose, you'll spin that left hand back behind you. The heart will reach up towards the sky, and you might continue the journey folding the back of the heart down onto the earth, deepening the psoas opportunity stretch. Let the hips be heavy. The knees be heavy. Let the ankle bones open. Breathe down to your belly. Deep belly breaths can assist in this process of self-soothing. And there's many suggestions on how we might come into this place of ease, friendliness, deep breaths. Maybe it's just as simple of not hating it all so much. Take a moment and tap in to what feels good and breathe into that. And if there's any extra tension, it's no longer serving, let it drop. All right, the exit of this pose is to press down onto the right forearm. You'll lift yourself back up to pose 2, let's say. Stretch and lengthen for good measure, and then press into the right hand. Bring yourself all the way up. Extra credit. Come back to the shape of pigeon. Yes. And a few of you may choose to bend your left knee, reach back with the left hand, catch a hold of the inside, the big toe side of your left foot. Draw the heel in. Again, the closer the heel comes, the spicier it becomes. A few of you may choose to catch your elbow. Now turn the heart forward, ground down through your legs, lift up through the heart. And you might let that right arm reach up to the sky. A few of you may choose to bend the right elbow. The hands clasp behind, right? You can't see it, but you can feel them. And then press the head into your forearm. Lift the heart up to the sky. Roll the shoulders back and down. Raja Kapotasana. One-legged king pigeon pose. Breathe. Okie dokie. Unwind. Gracefully, the hands release that back foot. Back foot drops down onto the earth. Place your hands. Right knee back. Left knee forward. A little bit of cat-cow. How was that? Right? Hope it was awesome for you. Okie dokie. Friendly little pigeons. Other side. Step. Left foot forward. Toe heel, toe heel. Foot over to the right hand. Drop the left knee down. Choose your angle wisely. Stretch back through the right leg. Feel that stretching from the hips all the way down into the toes of that right leg. And notice I'm leaning a little bit more forward here because it's somewhat intense, but I can get a little length in my spine by walking the hands back. I can still be friendly in the spice, shoulders back and down, heart lifting. Excellent place to practice this. Breathing deeply, enjoying the stretch, letting these nooks and crannies within reveal themselves and allowing a friendly little hello, thank you for coming out to play today. Once we see what is changes, says the sage Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti from Ojai. Walk the hands forward. Well, he was from India, but he lived a long time in Ojai. Maybe coming down under the forearms and feel the tailbone as it reaches back and the heart lengthens forward. That whole pelvis rotates. Breathe. And drop your head so even the cervical spine, the neck can lengthen as well. Soften the eyes, easy in the jaw. Smooth with the breath. And if it feels interesting, walk the hands forward, endeavor to continue the journey of the heart melting down towards the earth. Three or four deep breaths. Sit bones reach back behind you, heart lengthens forward, shoulders melt back and down. Some space between the ears and the shoulders. Soften the brow, some space between the brows, that third eye, said to be the spot of our intuition and wisdom. Let it drop. Let it open. One more inhale, lengthen with your inhale, and surrender with your exhale. If your head is down, lift your head, and walk the hands back to lift the shoulders and lengthen the spine as you walk it on back. Lean over to that left hip, swing that right knee around. Find that nice angle here. Walk the left hand out to the left. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Press down through the right sit bone, up through the right fingertips. Bend that right shoulder open, gaze up towards the sky, stay here. Or tiptoe the left hands out, maybe coming down onto the forearm as you spin the palm towards the crown of the head and reach up and over, breathing. Right, nice. Opening in the hips, opening in the spine, and opening the heart as you breathe with friendliness. Maitri, translated as loving kindness in the Buddhist tradition. Scoop the tailbone down towards your right hip. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And stay right here for your next sequence, or we'll take that heart opener as you reach the heart up towards the sky and you draw that right arm back behind you and you come on down to your back. Stretch the arms as the palms turn up towards the sun. And feel that from the heart, down the arms into the hands. And from the navel, the seat of our will, down the legs and into the feet. Opening up the channels and meridians, the nadis, another word for it, with your friendly, mindful, gorgeous breath. Soften the hinge of your jaw, let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth, maybe even doming the upper palate of the mouth. Soften behind the eyes. And breathe maybe into the third eye, that spot right between the brows. No matter what shape of this pose and this practice you're in. Soften a little bit more everywhere. Enjoy another inhale. And enjoy your exhale. That be your instruction for the rest of the day, is to enjoy your inhale and enjoy your exhale. Right? It's harder to do than it sounds. Right? Inevitably, we will run into some tight spots. It's not pretending that the tight spots aren't there, but it's learning to more skillfully navigate them. Like, is it literally worth your breath to be upset about certain things? Maybe yes, maybe no. You know, it all depends. Just like the depth of the poses, it all depends on your internal world. All right, let's unwind. Right hand up onto the left forearm. Guide yourself back up. Lean forward. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Right leg back behind, finding pigeon again. We'll endeavor to king pigeon pose as you're ready to explore. Bend your right knee back behind you. Wiggle up through the heart. Reach back through your right hand, catch a hold, and draw it in a little deeper as you spin the right hip forward. It might come down into the elbow, your foot come down into your elbow. Maybe you'll reach up through the left hand. Grounded down through the legs and up through the heart in a smooth, friendly breath. And these are the alignments of a yogi. Maybe bending that left elbow and reaching the back of the head towards the top of your left arm. Breathing, enjoying. Okie dokie. Release. Drop the left foot back down, plant both hands. Draw the left knee back. The right knee meets the left. Little bit of cow. Little bit of cat, navel to spine. One more like that. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Walk the hands back. Swing both legs over to one side. We'll find our way to easy pose. Sukhasana. Sort of a version of double pigeon here. Settle in, settle in, settle in. Shoulders back and down, heart lifting, tailbone dropping. Spin the palms up towards the sky in an effort to catch. Right? To catch the love. Breathe in and breathe out. If your eyes are not closed, let them softly, gently close and take a moment here and feel the yoga. And bend both elbows and let the palms find each other right at the heart center. Breathe in with friendliness and joy. Breathe out with full abandonment. Trusting that this practice was exactly what was needed to meet you where you're at. I sure am glad we met online this morning. Lots of love. Namaste.